Today, Robin, we're in a very familiar place.
Yeah, we are. It's
The
wonderful.
Ocala Downtown Square. And there's a lot of history here. And we always speculate, but we don't know. So we have somebody with us who knows. And let me introduce you to Jack Copeland.
Hey!
And Jack has put together a walking tour of Ocala.
Well, it's just downtown Ocala, right around the square.
Okay, the local, where we are right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a block in either direction.
So can I ask you something?
You certainly can, but remember, I am a storyteller, and if I don't know the answer, I may make stuff
You
up.
might make it up, okay. So you came to us, Robin and I were playing music by the chocolate place, and you asked us for some names of people who might know. Did that ever pan out into anything?
It did, and you led me down it took me down so many rabbit holes and trails, and I learned so much. I really owe you. You can have a copy. I'll give it to you, a copy of it's at the printers now, a booklet that goes along with the tour.
Oh, okay, so is that what it is? It manifested as a booklet?
It manifested as a booklet.
Okay, was it also an audio tour?
Yes, it's in audio. It's in voice map right now.
Okay,
So
we'll
you
have
can
to.
go voice map, and
Is there something you could tell the audience?
Works with your phone.
How do they get it?
Just voicemap.com, I guess.
Okay. You have any questions?
Not so far.
Not for Jack. Okay.
but it is May 27th, 2025.
Right. Got to get the date in there.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. Where do we start?
We can start right here. Ocala is the horse capital of the world, the undisputed horse capital of the world. Now, a town in Kentucky, they protested it one time or contested it at one
Really?
time. But they didn't have 71,000 horses and ponies that lived there, and they didn't have an international airport that was for bringing horses from all over the world like Ocala does, and they didn't have the World Equestrian Center. So Ocala is the undisputed capital,
All right.
horse capital of the world.
Can I ask a question?
You can.
And this is not from me, but this is from a lot of people who are snarky, smart alecky online. They will say Ocala is not an international, the airport is not an international airport. Can you explain why it is? I know why it is. Robin knows why it is. But why
it is an international airport because it has people coming from all over the world bringing horses in.
That's it. That's right.
It's not a passenger airplanes don't come in here. In other words, if you're flying from Italy or somewhere, you'll have to land in Orlando.
For customs and everything.
But if you've got a horse, you bring him in here.
Oh, okay.
The city Ocala is from a Tamaulipan word, Ocala. It's untranslatable.
Really?
It is untranslatable word, Tamaulipan word. The Spanish explorers thought it meant big hammock because that's the topography here.
And what is a hammock? I never knew what that was.
I never knew it either. I think it has something to do with the floral fauna.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I think, now this is just me, I think that there was this Tamaulipan Indian, brave maybe, chasing a queen snake and a hedge toad through this area and said, hey, this would be a great area to have a village. And they named it after him.
Oh my.
His name was Ocala, something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's just me.
All right.
And now I want you to use your imagination. If you were back in the 1800s, you'd be looking at the courthouse. Now the courthouse was kind of a block building, but everybody liked it. And sadly, in 1888, I think it was 1888. Anyway, the booklet tells the exact dates. And it burned down along with the whole town.
Oh.
The
Oh,
whole
wow.
Town,
Okay.
it just burned the whole place down. And they were so afraid of fire after that the fire codes they set in place, listen, before I say that, why it burned down. It burned down because we didn't have a fire department.
Oh, okay. No fire code
No
here.
fire department. And the one was formed shortly thereafter. Who knows why? But anyway, they required everything to be built back with bricks. They even paved the streets with bricks. You may remember before they laid this asphalt here, it was all brick.
Uh-huh.
And that's when Ocala received the name Brick City.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Now, in 1903, they rebuilt the courthouse. It was made of Indiana limestone, and it was plumb gorgeous.
Wow.
It had a clock on the top, a dome clock,
Right.
so that everybody in Ocala knew what time it was.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
At the same time, I am told that they planted these palm trees.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay.
Now, it was the pride of Ocala. This thing was the pride of Ocala. If you wanted to anger the voting population of Ocala, the thing to do was tear down the courthouse.
Yeah,
So
for
in
sure.
1965, that's exactly what they did.
Uh-huh.
The outrage was so great that they did something that proved to be even worse. They put up a fountain.
A fountain?
A fountain.
Oh, can we stop you and ask you another question? Who decided to tear it down?
The city council,
Wow.
It
And
was-
why? This is 1965?
1965.
So what was their reasoning?
Well, their reasoning was it was old. You know, and it probably was
Oh, okay.
falling around. It probably a sick building. That was the official reason.
How old is the, I don't know if you know this, the courthouse in Inverness?
I don't know.
That looks pretty old.
I don't know.
It's still there.
Yeah, I think it was
Ours
built
should have
around the same time as this
May have
courthouse
been.
was, and it's thriving down there in Inverness. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
well, that's why everybody was
gorgeous.
really ticked off.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they've
Sure.
got this fountain, and it had all kinds of ways of throwing water into the air, and it had lights that they got from a World's Fair. A lot of people
Oh.
don't know that the lights they got from the World's Fair were the lights that lighted the bathrooms.
Oh my gosh.
And-
I remember those lights. I
Yeah.
grew up near the World's Fair, and I remembered them.
Well,
so.
you've been here long enough that when these
I remember
these
seeing them here.
historic buildings were new.
Correct. Yeah.
And anyway,
Maybe,
the
yeah.
fountain kept the teenagers entertained because they would throw those soap discs in it. You know, remember those
Oh, sure,
Tide
I
soap
do,
discs
yeah,
and those
yeah.
SOS soap, and it'd foam up.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ocalians said that was the greatest thing about the fountain was the foam. But
I moved here in 1973 with my folks and my brother, and I do remember the fountain,
the fountain
here
was
in
here,
the square.
and anyway, it wasn't turned on much, so there wasn't
Yeah.
much suds, so it's gone. And we now have this area in which you are standing.
Yes.
Wow.
And
So was the gazebo there
now
at that time?
the gazebo has been on the property since the mid-1800s.
Let's show the gazebo.
It has been here. The earliest pictures of Ocala show the gazebo. The
Yeah, we got
gazebo
somebody sleeping there.
fell into disrepair in the 1940s. And the Ocala Historical Preservation Society formed, I believe, because this big pile of dirt in the middle of the town and the palm tree from tearing down the courthouse, rededicated this one in 1987, I believe. And
Oh,
this is a
okay.
replica.
Okay.
And then that's it for right here.
Now we move on?
We're going to move on.
Okay. Where we
We're going to
go?
walk down to the northwest corner of the square, and as we go, I'll tell you, we're going to cross the street.
Okay.
All right. We're going
We
to
all-
walk with you, and I'm going to turn it around so we can all three be seen. Here we are.
We're going to see, we always cross at crosswalks and, excuse me, we always cross at crosswalks and lights, because if you walk willy-nilly across the street
Uh-huh.
and get hit by a car, everybody in your family is going to be sad. But if you're in the crosswalk,
Yeah.
everybody in your family going to be sad and rich.
Oh,
Always
God.
take care of your family.
Good joke.
Oh, sure.
And there'll be times when I don't say anything. 'Cause,
Oh, really? You're a storyteller. You're supposed to talk all the time.
yeah, I know.
Because I can't see
I
what I'm
can
doing.
say that I have read that the Vineyard
Uh-huh.
is a really nice place to eat. Have y'all ever eaten there?
What is it called?
Katia Vineyards?
I've heard that the average meal's $100.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Didn't that used to be on the corner over there?
Yeah,
Is it really $100 a
that's
meal?
what I read somewhere.
I I believe it, sure.
Jack, what is this here in memory of Robin Mills? I don't remember seeing that before. I don't remember seeing that. Well, somebody put a tree up for her. Well, I guess they named the tree. Oh, there's your information right there, Jack.
Yep.
The old Courthouse Square. So they were mad, huh? Were they mad to the point where their anger started before it actually got torn down, so they could have stopped it?
I don't know that. I understand that there was a couple of city councilmen were against it, and they proclaimed loud and long, but the others got their way.
Oh my gosh.
Was it a money thing, do you think?
It's always a money thing.
It's always a money thing, yeah.
Now the building over here that looks like a bank, but it's not, but was.
I always wondered about that building, yeah.
That is the old Ocala National Bank. And it went out of business due to bank deregulation in 2009 that the government thought was a good idea at the time. But it's the important thing about it, it looks kind of out of place, but it's on the historical.
Okay.
It's a historical building. How do you use it? What is the name of the historical?
Rob, what's it called?
Anyway, they can't tear it down.
The historical
Ocala
register?
Yeah, that's it, the historical register.
Do you know what I remember about this building, Jack? Oh, we got a thing. You know what I remember? In Jerry's Pawn and Gun, there used to be a framed newspaper page from the Star Banner or the Evening Star or something, and it showed a picture of Ma and Fred Barker laid down after they were dead, laid out in this bank right here.
Wow.
I always wondered, maybe you know this, I always wondered, did they rob this bank and that's why they put their bodies here?
That would be interesting to find out. I haven't researched that. But when the bank was open, back in the day, you could check and get your money out of this bank right here. Get your money out.
Oh, okay.
Walk down this street, one block, cross the street, and come back up. By the time you got to the square, you'd be out of money and then dead.
Is
This
that right?
was the shopping district.
Okay,
Shoe
I
store
see.
there on the corner, Sears, Penny's. There was a hardware store down here. There was even the Department of Agriculture had an office on this in this block.
Who did?
This was like the modern day mall.
Can I ask about this? I've always wondered about this thing. What is this, Jack? Is that so you can watch TV?
This is an exterior bank teller thing you got. You know.
Was there somebody sitting in there?
Here's a drive up. No. It was self-contained. You put the money in.
So it was.
There's a
But they actually
deposit.
had a TV in there. Like,
No, it was a deposit. Where you
well, what
put
was on the screen?
directions?
Oh.
I don't know.
Looks like
Maybe they sold newspapers.
Looks like somebody shot it.
Yeah.
Is that a bullet hole? I don't know.
Hammerhead. Okay, we're headed toward the Mariam Hotel. That's where the hanky-panky and the deals were made went on.
Oh my gosh.
Now in the booklet I tell about, I give some events of a hanky-panky. But I know hanky-panky went on because I asked the police department for every call, since they've been keeping records,
Yes.
for every call to the Mariam Hotel. I got 17 pages
You mean from way back when?
from way back when, for every call since they've been keeping records to the Mariam Hotel. I got 17 pages of 12 type, just line after line. And every one of them was nothing to see here.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
Explain what that means.
No need for a policeman. There was no need for us to be called.
All right, let me show the building and you keep talking about it. So that's the building. What's it called now?
The Mariam Hotel.
Is that still the name?
As far as I know, I haven't changed it. It's being renovated to be once again a beautiful structure. When it opened in 1927, it was billed to be the finest hotel in Central Florida. dignitaries from all over showed up for the grand opening.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
And
How beautiful.
and it was as beautiful. It has 100 rooms.
Uh-huh.
And they were once again planning to open it up as a fine hotel. Many Ocalians went to their first dance here. When it opened up, everybody came up and, dressed up and put on the dog.
Oh, how
for you
wonderful.
Yankees, putting on the dog is
That's
dressing
right.
up, looking fancy,
Yeah.
You Yankees.
acting fancy.
Well, we like to dance.
Yeah.
We needed
Like
a
you say,
fun place to dance.
many Ocalans went to their first dance here. They had high school graduations here and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, how wonderful.
Now, it's worth noting that further down on Magnolia here was a hardware store called Copeland's Hardware. You all remember that?
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
Copeland's was a real hardware store. If they didn't have it, nobody had it. And if they didn't have it, they'd make it for you.
Oh, wow.
The problem was everybody went to the box stores first.
Oh.
And if
yeah.
they didn't have it, then they went down to Toffoli's and got it.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But that, of course, that put Toffoli's out of business. If you didn't see it, I'm sorry you didn't see it. There'll never be another one like it.
Oh,
I
no,
still
it's
prefer
amazing.
the small hardware stores because those men and women, not just men, they know exactly where everything is.
And they know. There was one in Mount Plymouth I went to, and I needed a heat sink. I was going to put a blowtorch on something, didn't want to burn my hand.
Uh-huh.
And there was two ladies in there, and they said, "We don't sell them, but hold on a minute, we'll go back and make you one."
Oh,
And they
my
came back,
gosh.
and they had.
That's
they made me
awesome.
one. You could put a piece of metal in it on your hand, and put a blowtorch to it.
Uh-huh.
Let's cross the street so we can walk in the shade.
Okay?
Are these bricks replicas of what was here?
And what?
Are these bricks replicas of what was here?
I really don't know if they're replicas or the originals. I really
okay.
don't.
Sure.
I know this road was paved in brick, because when I moved here, it was. But when Ulysses S. Grant was president, after he was president, he went on a world tour, and he ended that tour by going to Silver Springs. And of course, Ocala had to invite him up for a banquet held in his honor.
Sure.
But he was 2 hours late.
Oh.
And before he got here, everybody ate. And,
Oh, no.
and when he got here, wasn't any food. He had to hunt him down. They had to
Well,
hunt
they
him
probably
down.
didn't all like him.
Well, that may be true.
I mean, because he was the general from the north.
Yeah. However, now here's something I didn't tell you a while ago. I probably should have. But during the Civil War, Ocala had its own flag. And it was a white flag with a big blue star on it, and it said, "Let us alone."
Oh, really?
And we didn't need no Yankees telling us how to live.
That's right.
And
They should have one at the bank.
Here's an interesting factoid about the slavery here that I thought incredibly interesting. When the war broke out, more than 90% of the Ocala men served in the Confederacy. They left, and at that time, the population was 60-40. 60% slaves, 40% population.
Really?
And 90% of the men left to fight in the Confederacy. They left their homes, their families, their lands, everything they had in the care of slaves.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been an excellent time for a revolt,
Yes.
but there wasn't.
Oh,
That's interesting.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Let's cross over.
Wow, I never thought about that.
Theodore Roosevelt also visited.
Hey, Jack.
Ocala.
I just wanted to show you something. I've heard about a fork in the road.
That's a knife in the road.
That's a knife in the road.
I wonder what that means. Does that mean just go straight? I know a fork in the road, you have a choice, but with a knife, you don't got a choice.
Sorry, I couldn't pass that opportunity.
So anyway, Theodore Roosevelt visited Ocala. He was on his way to Cuba to fight in the Spanish-American War.
Oh my.
And the train stopped to refuel and to have a quick yard inspection. Colonel Buford, who lived here in Ocala, and a crowd that had gathered to wish him Godspeed, wish Roosevelt Godspeed, asked this yard inspector to find stuff wrong with the train.
Why?
So it would be held up so Roosevelt would have time to make a speech to the people.
Oh, okay.
And he agreed to do that. He found loose bolts and loose wheels and whatnot, while Mr. Buford, or Colonel Buford, as you know, got aboard the train and talked to Roosevelt and got him to make a speech to the people.
Oh.
And here is the really interesting part. When Buford introduced him, he introduced him as, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Roosevelt, a future president of the United States.
Oh, okay.
That was prophesied here in Ocala.
Wow. That is pretty.
Well, I think a lot of people do that. It's only the ones that actually become president that we remember.
Yeah. Well, we're going to walk down. We're going to do something real exciting now. The tour should be built around what we're about to do now. This is just really awesome, and it's exciting. You'll be so impressed.
Okay.
But we have to walk, and it's loud down that way, so I'm going to tell you about some things here in the shade.
Okay.
When we get closer to the corner, as you go down Silver Springs, you come to Six Gun Plaza.
Okay.
A lot of people, I had somebody ask me the other day, that's kind of a stupid name, he said, Six Gun Plaza.
Oh my.
I said, well, the reason for it is because it's on the property of what used to be Six Gun Territory, which from the 1960s to the 1980s was the most visited park in Florida.
Oh my gosh.
It was visited by Dan Blockard. He played Hoss on the TV show Bonanza.
Oh yeah, I remember
He
that.
played Hoss, and he visited it and said it was the best theme park of its type in the United States.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, and so when it went out of business, and also an interesting thing, when they tore down the courthouse, that dome clock, they gave it to the Six Gun Plaza to put on their courthouse.
Oh,
After
Six Gun
Six Gun Territory.
Okay.
After Six Gun Territory closed, clock went missing.
Oh
So
gosh.
anyway, some people say it ended up in Dunellen.
Ended up where?
In Dunellen.
Ellen?
Oh.
We don't know.
Okay.
Where it ended up. Well, I know where it ended up now. But anyway, they do a reenactment of Six Gun Territory out in Williston every year. That's in my booklet, the address and everything.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, if you go further down, Silver Springs. Now, Silver Springs is designated a vacation spot from 1827. But I believe it's a whole lot longer than that people been coming to Silver Springs.
Oh, because of the spring.
Because of the spring.
1827.
It was an official site. Their history is convoluted and long, and it's filled with all kinds of interesting things.
Oh.
So go to their website to find all that out.
Yeah,
It's just too much to cut, but it's very interesting. Many movies were filmed there, and one TV show, Sea Hunt. And further down from Silver Springs is Ray Wayside Park.
Okay.
Now, Ray Wayside Park is known to Ocalians as Boat Basin. In 1530, the chief of the Tamaqua, his son was named Ibby. He was 14 years old. And Ibby was sent to meet the son of the king of the Calusa Indians, don't know his name, at the place where the Ocala has the crystal clear waters of the springs. That's Boat Basin.
Oh my my goodness.
Okay.
Wow.
Now they met.
Didn't know
there.
that.
They met there, and it was for their spirit walk. They did a wonderful camp out, unsupervised. 14-year-old boys on a camp out, unsupervised. They did what 14-year-old boys on an unsupervised camp out do.
Right, right.
And they may even have come downtown here and TP to TP. I don't know.
TP to TP.
But they fell into a deep sleep. And they dreamed that the Great Spirit came into their camp and told them that when people, on average 4 inches shorter than they were, came in tall ships before the sunrise, that it would be the beginning of the end for their people.
Oh.
When the boys woke up
Wow.
and talking to each other, realized that they both had the same dream, they ran home to tell their fathers. That's why later that year, when Ponce de Leon landed at Mosquito Inlet, he was met with immediate hostility. He died from Calusa arrow wounds.
Oh my.
Wow.
I didn't know
Never knew that.
Yeah, that's
My
one of my
goodness.
favorite tales. There.
That's a great one.
Okay, now we're going to do something really exciting. Now, listen, safety first. Don't get hit by a train.
Okay. Or anything, right?
Yeah, ready?
Okay, by anything.
And I forgot to tell you about the building over there.
Well, okay, what is that?
That, I don't know what it is now, but it was Reese's snack bar.
A snack bar?
Yeah, and it was a hangout for the people who work downtown. I thought it was the hangout for the teenagers.
Okay.
But they said they hung out down in front of the hospital at a place called the Chicken Ranch. They said the Chicken Ranch served the best cheeseburgers in the state. I couldn't find anybody to tell me what the chicken was like, but everybody bragged on the hamburger. Anyway, they tore Reese's down to make room for the California Federal Bank, which went bankrupt pretty quick with a name like that.
That's funny.
Loud right here. Okay, right here. Robin, you're first.
Okay.
I want you to stand right where you're standing. I want you to turn sideways.
This way?
The other way, facing the street. Take your left foot and move it one step forward. That's it, right there, perfect. She is standing in the exact spot Elvis Presley stood while making the movie Follow That Dream. This was the Commerce Bank, and he had come here to get a loan in the movie.
Okay.
Stay in that position. I won't get your picture. I get
Robin's standing where Elvis stood. Well, wouldn't he have stood further back also? I mean, why would...
Because in those days, this was a two-lane road. This was parking places right here. This lane was parking places.
Okay, okay.
Would you like to stand where Elvis stood?
I'm good.
It makes you tingly all over, doesn't it? Don't you get tingly?
No, I'm good. How about you stand with Robin? I'll get you on the video. Now, now, if I could ask you to just do a little bit of an Elvis song.
Thank you very much. I don't sing. They won't even let me sing in church. Okay, we're going to walk down to the corner so we don't cross willy-nilly.
All right. I thought it was Silver Springs Boulevard. They call it willy-nilly?
No, crossing willy-nilly.
Oh, we're crossing willy.
You're from the north, aren't you?
Yes? Oh, here's one of those things, Jack. Look.
Survey marker on it.
Survey marker.
Yeah, that's a survey.
Now, what do you do with that?
That tells you that the city was surveyed.
Do not disturb.
Do not
The
disturb.
guy that surveyed the city back in the very beginning got ripped off.
Really?
Yeah, they paid him $8 an hour. in our money, in our time.
Oh, no.
If we, I said he got ripped off. But, and do you know why we're called Marion County?
No.
Because it's named after the hero of South Carolina, the Swamp Fox from the Revolutionary War.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've heard that.
Almost all of the people living here at that time were from South Carolina.
Oh, really? Jack, Robin and I were talking about this the other day. That big tower right there. There used to be one down the other end of the boulevard. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like right where it turns?
I think there was a radio station and they were relay towers.
Okay.
But don't really know for sure. They use them for cell phones.
Looks like, yeah, looks like. All right. You gotta watch out for me.
It's been different things. Now, back in the day, there was a man that worked downtown. His name was Mr. Golden.
Okay.
Goldman.
Oh, Goldman.
Golden. Yeah. And every day, he would come here for lunch, and he ordered the same thing. It was a cheeseburger with barbecue and coleslaw on a bun.
Oh, gosh.
And he did it every day, so they put it on the menu. It's called the Goldman Burger.
Okay.
And their restaurants changed hands several times since then, but I bet you could still get it if you ordered it.
Get the Goldman burger. Oh yeah, I see the old sign, right? I remember.
I don't know. I was told, I don't know if it's true or not, that when the new one opened down there, that they had people volunteer to hand carry the books down the sidewalk.
Wow.
That would have been a...
You know what I heard, Jack?
I hope that's not true.
Wait a minute, I have something. I heard that this building is a think tank.
Come in, I'll tell you about it.
But I was thinking to myself, if I worked at a think tank, could I just sit there and the boss would say, "What are you doing?" "My job." "I'm thinking."
Well,
it's almost as funny as a fork in the road, isn't it?
It's not a think tank. It's a research center.
Oh, okay.
It's a site.
The human and machine cognition.
Human and machine cognition.
I am amazed. I went on their website and looked at it. And I am amazed that this kind of research goes on in little old Ocala.
What kind of research?
Machine and human cognition. They work together to get machines to understand people and vice versa.
My car can understand me.
Yeah. Well, they do most in medical work too.
Oh, really?
In medical machinery and robots and that kind of thing. It's amazing. We'll go to their website and look at it. A lot of it I didn't even understand, but I'm just totally amazed.
Here, let me walk to your left so I can get you and Robin in the picture. And hear you better. There it is. Florida Institute for Human and Machine Cognition. I would love to know more about what they do in there.
Well, go to their website. It's just awesome. This kind of stuff goes on. This is Osceola Avenue. It was named after an Indian that hung around here in the 1830s. But more about him later. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but I worry that somebody might try it, that parking an elephant here at the parking meter is legal.
It is legal?
And they won't give you a ticket even if you don't pay.
Oh, wow.
But
We'll have to try it one day.
Yeah.
Now, is that true, or did you make that up?
No, I read that somewhere.
Well, there must be a reason for it.
Florida law.
Oh, okay.
Because they have so many they had so many circuses come in here in winter here.
Oh, so you could park your elephant?
Now stop. Turn around. See that clock up there?
Hold on, let me get it on your side. The clock. Oh, yeah, of course.
That's the one that was on the courthouse.
Oh, okay.
They went and then went missing.
Oh, okay.
We found it. Now, if you look at it, we still don't know what time it is.
It's got 2 different times on it.
And the ones that stopped are right twice a day. And this one and the other one have the right time, but I don't know which one. Okay, moving right along.
All right.
Harry's.
Harry's. Let's switch places with you. I can hear Jackie.
Wasn't always Harry's. As you told me, there used to be an opera house on the 3rd floor.
Well, that's what it says on the sign.
Yeah, it held over 850 people.
Wow.
I don't see how you can get 850 people in the whole building.
Well, I know how.
But fire codes are different in days.
But they were 6 inches shorter than the Native Americans.
Oh,
So they fit better.
they fit better. You can get them in there closer to you. It was also at one time called O'Neill's. And it was owned by Pat O'Neill, the movie star. Him and his brother and a guy named Tucker here in Ocala. They were famous for their soda bread. And it's part of the main Mariam block, which was this whole area.
That's the original building.
That's the original building.
bricks and everything.
Right. From after the fire.
It sure is nice. It's a smart looking building.
Yes, it is.
Do you know, we have something to share with you, unless you already have this. I don't want to say it if you have it. The mosaic at the floor outside the door of Harry's. Do you know that?
No.
Okay, I got something.
Tell me about it.
See, it says drug company.
Yeah, I knew it used to be a drugstore back in Hoover days.
Okay, so here's my little piece that Robin and I discovered. Actually, you know who we learned this from? Bob Houck. Do you remember Bob Houck? Used to own WOCA.
Yeah.
Well, he told me, and we found it on YouTube, that W.C. Fields made a movie here, and it was called The Old Army Game.
Hold on again. I tell about it in my tour. Most of it was filmed right over there. And in the film, you can watch it on YouTube. It's really a funny movie. But when he would run down the street, you could see the courthouse and the reflection on the windows.
Oh, that's cool. But I know that when he goes to the drugstore, it's this one, and you can see that mosaic. It's in the movie.
Yeah.
So is the bell when they call for the fire department. The same bell that's next to the parking lot.
Yeah, I recommend in the pamphlet there's a QR code to go watch the movie.
Oh, very good.
Enjoyed it. It ends with him running down 40 with the whole town chasing him.
That's good stuff.
That's funny.
That's good stuff. That was way before Travolta was the star of town, huh?
Beg pardon?
Way before John Travolta was our local star. There's that accordion, see?
Yeah.
It's still in style, Jack.
Sure it is.
People make fun of the accordion. I don't know why.
They say, you know what perfect pitch is, don't you?
No, I don't know what that
Perfect
is.
pitch is a banjo hitting an accordion in a dumpster. I like both those instruments.
Yeah. Me too.
I heard a good one the other day. You know what the difference is between a bassoon and a trampoline?
Okay.
You take your shoes off to jump on a trampoline.
That was from a bassoon player.
Yeah. This is the Christian Science Course. It was put here by John Travolta. But before that, it was a drugstore. And before that, it was a cigar manufacturing plant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the people who worked at the cigar plant lived upstairs, and they rolled. This is what I couldn't believe. They hand rolled 50,000 cigars a week.
Wow.
Could not keep up with orders.
Wow.
And to me, it's just amazing.
I didn't know that.
Toward the corner, Ocala used to be a real cigar manufacturing place down at Tuscaloosa Park.
Oh, really?
There was like 25 cigar rolling factories down there.
Wow. Wow.
Anyway, this used to be a dress shop over the corner called Jezebel.
Oh my.
Just kind of like the dress corner, the dress that's on the dress shop that's on the corner here.
Uh-huh.
But the difference was at Jezebel's, they had live models in the window.
Oh.
And so it was the only time in Ocala history where mostly the window shoppers were men.
Ha! Of course.
Is there some shade around here? We're kind of in an awkward area. Yeah, there's some right here. I won't walk you down the street that way, but I do won't tell you about it. This is 14th Street.
Okay.
It's named for the fort that's on this street. And if you haven't been to 14, you need to go. Osceola, that Indian I mentioned earlier, went there to the trading post with his daughter. His daughter was black. Now, Seminole Indians are Creek Indians and escaped slaves. And so and his daughter was black. And there were slavers working at the trading post there, and they captured his daughter.
Oh.
When Osceola complained, they cast him in irons.
Oh.
That
Oh,
made him
wow.
mad.
Oh, wow.
When he got out of the irons, he went back and got some of his buddies. They came back to the fort, and they found the guy who ran, I was trying to think of his name, but the guy who ran the trading post, they found him scalped and shot 14 times.
Oh my gosh.
Because he allowed slavers to work in that area. Also his buddy. Then they attacked the fort. Well, soldiers in the fort, they had better sense than to mess with Osceola. They hid under the beds and whatnot. And they attacked the fort 2 or 3 times, and they got nothing. Nobody shot back. Nothing.
My.
So then they headed toward Tampa to meet another group coming up from the Dade Massacre. And that was the beginning of the Second Seminole War.
Do
Wow.
we know if they ever found his daughter?
Yes, we do. He never saw his daughter again.
Oh no.
Now, on the corner down there is the Bank Patio Bar. Is that the name of it?
Bank Street
Patio Bar. That used to actually be a drive-through bank, which shall remain nameless.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The story goes that Elijah, a county employee, went there and cashed his paycheck. And then he went to the store to buy needs for his family. And that's when he found out that the money he had was counterfeit.
Oh, what?
He came back to the bank enraged. And he told them they better fix this. And they told him he should have checked his money before he left the window.
What?
Oh.
And he said, the only thing I know about money is spending it. You're a bank. You know everything about money.
So when was this? What year? About? I mean, what decade?
Been probably in the 90s.
Oh, wow, not that long ago.
And then he said, if you're going to fix this, you're going to fix it now. And they did. And soon after, they closed. And I don't know if the two incidences have anything to do with each other or not.
Oh my gosh.
But, I'll leave my options open.
Wow, that's a great story too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Now
a
we're going to
wonderful
head down
story.
toward the Mellow Mushroom
Okay.
and the Ocala Walk of Fame.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Goldman and Peak. This was where the Goldman Appliance Store was, and that's the guy who had the hamburger.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And this was the Goldman Appliance Store, and they're still in business today.
Oh, they are?
Yes,
okay.
but they're in Bellevue.
Oh, all right.
Same family. I called them, but they wouldn't talk to me much. They were,
Oh.
I was trying to do a hit piece on them, I guess. Peak was a realtor, and he's responsible for the golf course in Ocala.
Is that right?
That's right. And a lot of golfers say he needs a statue. But hey, he's got a building. I mean, if they tear
Sure.
that down, there won't be any empty plinth. You know,
Right.
they're just, but anyway, that's who Peak is.
Oh, okay. I never knew that.
Well, we'll stay in the shape of
Okay.
so you can see the plaques. Ocala Walk of Fame starts at the Mariam Theater. The Mariam Theater was has been redone so that it's back to its 1940s style. You can rent it out and show a movie of your choice.
Is that right?
That's right.
Nice.
Jeff Borger does that every time he has a celebration. He rents the movie theater.
Oh,
shows a movie.
nice.
And it starts the Walk of Fame. Let's go over to the Walk.
Go see it, yeah. Is John Travolta's name in there?
Who?
John Travolta?
I'm surprised y'all don't have one here. This is he was with the Metropolitan Opera at James Mountain was, and but he lived here in Ocala. Bruce Sweden there, he was Michael Jackson's sound engineer.
Oh my
He
goodness.
did Thriller and a whole bunch of got a bunch of Grammys for his work.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
He lived here in Ocala. And Bruce Mozart was an underwater photographer. Didn't you interview him?
Yes. Yep.
And this is a really interesting story for me. Right after your show, when you interviewed him, I had to go to Staples. And I went into Staples and there was an old gentleman in there having some pictures reprinted. And his voice sounded just like from the radio show that I just finished watching. And so I asked him if he was, and he said he was. And we had a really delightful conversation.
Oh.
Told me how he developed the underwater camera and all that stuff. It was really interesting.
Very cool.
That's wonderful.
All these people have websites that I have links to. He is an underwater cinematographer, worked on a lot of movies. His son is even more famous than he is.
Is that right?
I
Wow.
think he did Thunderball.
Thunderball. Wow.
And then Mark Emerby still has a studio here in Ocala, and he works for the BBC and the animal. He does animal photography and
Right.
wild
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
He's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and all of these buildings were burned in the fire, and as you can see, there's room for more.
More plaques.
This is the Walk of Fame. It even continues across the street. Only across the street is for horses.
Oh, okay.
Now, all
Famous
these
horses.
Why not? Sure.
Now, all these buildings burned in the Great Fire.
Oh my goodness.
So all this is original construction.
My goodness. I love those bricks. They've even got bricks on the streets.
Yeah. George Valentine's Lane, is that her name?
Yes.
And
I think
well, y'all know that story. She did the picture of for Coppertone of her daughter, who still lives in Ocala. And one thing that is said, I've heard it said, and I don't know if it's true or not, that Joy still haunts this building.
Oh my.
And if she does, there is one glamorous ghost up there. Because she used herself as the model for her pinup art.
Oh my.
And if you go, there's places, and there's a link to it in my little book, where you can actually see her pinup art. And that's one gorgeous girl in the pinup art.
Oh wow.
I can tell you that. But her daughter still lives here in Ocala. I've done emails with her, but I've never actually met her. I know
Okay.
you've met her.
Yeah, we've met.
But-
Yeah.
but-
Sherry.
Sherry.
Yeah.
It must have been really difficult growing up with the most famous butt in the world.
Sure. Coppertone. I like the touch with the horseshoes.
Yeah.
Pretty
This is
nice.
really a neat idea. And this is where a lot of the film from the W.C. Fields film. I think it was 1929 it was filmed.
Oh, wow.
This
It's
This
a
is it,
silent
huh?
film, and it's really funny. I enjoyed it.
I did too. I like it.
Anyway, let's cross back over to the square. We're coming to the
Oh, okay.
Anyway, with a town in Ireland. It's called Newbridge because Ocalians can't pronounce the real name. And the town was built by a new bridge, and so hence the name. Have either of you, I'm sure you have, ever heard the poem by Alfred Lord Tennyson that goes, "Into the valley of death rode the 600.
Yeah.
Cannons to the right of them, cannons to the left of them." Have you ever?
Yeah.
Theirs was not to question why theirs, but to do and die.
Oh, I heard that.
That was the Light Horse Brigade, and they were from Newbridge.
Oh, okay.
Is that-
And that's the
Newbridge.
sister city?
Yeah, that's our twinning city, and it's done for tourism reasons and stuff. But they are today still a horse community. It was the largest cavalry. Well, it was the largest fort outside of England,
Oh,
and it
my.
housed all of the Light Brigade.
Uh-huh.
Ocala, as you know, is right now the fastest growing city in America. And with that, it has all the growing pains of any other city that grows. But this area has been set aside to always be a gathering place for Ocalians.
Well,
that's
was
good to
pretty
know.
Smart,
And
yeah.
there's candy.
Oh, candy.
Oh, the candy store.
Yeah.
What's his name? Grandpa Joe?
Grandpa Joe. Now, in Newbridge, in Ireland, I don't know if you want to take this or not, but in Ireland, you can delete it later. In Ireland, crack is a slang term for fun.
For fun?
For fun.
Okay.
Like
Really?
somebody will say, "I'm just going to go to the party for crack."
Uh-huh.
That means they're just going for fun. They're not going for crack.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay? A hooker is a
Uh-huh.
fishing boat. So somebody going for crack and hookers is going out fishing.
To have fun.
You can do that in Ocala too.
Sure.
And so
No, this
that
is
concludes the tour. Do you have any questions? Comments or snide remarks?
How do we get in touch with you for making a reservation for the tour?
I would recommend Jack's book, JACKSBOOK
Uh-huh.
42 at gmail.com.
Oh, okay. So it's a Gmail address.
So it's an email. So he send you an email.
Send me an email.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And also, if you would like the pamphlet, it's more of a booklet, about 24, 26 pages.
Uh-huh.
It'll be on sale for $5.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, we have to get ours.
Sure. Yeah, we'll have
To
to
get
buy
our
ours.
copy.
Sure.
And if somebody wants to buy one, they can order it. Same
Uh-huh.
address.
All right.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Well, thank you for the tour, Jack.
Thank you for
That was a
taking
lot of
me.
fun. I'm going to sit because this old man is not as shape as you are.
Jack, thank you.
I want you to remember, something you did not notice is that I'm 79 years old
Oh,
and I didn't use any notes.
Any what?
Notes.
No, you didn't
Oh,
use
no.
any notes. No.
and you've got a great stride too. It's very enjoyable.
Oh, yeah, you were outdoing me. I'm worn out.
Well, me too. So I'm going to go home and take a nap.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jack.
Thank y'all.
That was fun.
And I really appreciate all
And we will send you,
all the encouragement you gave.
and we will send you an email with a link to this video.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we'll put it on YouTube also.
Yes.
I mean, on Facebook.
Yes.
For both. For both.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Jack.
you.
Thank you, Jack, so much.
I'll edit some of it. But I'm not taking out the knife and fork joke.